Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time today. And yes, happy Thursday to you and yours. Thank you for being here. And we have another beautiful book to read together. Thank you so much for joining in. And yeah, this one is kind of a bittersweet because going on vacation, but also being here to not being able to read here live, so it's kind of a mixed bag. But I hope that you enjoy all the stories that we have lined up for you for that time. And yeah, I hope that you're okay and you continue to just be adventurous and check out as many books as possible. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Excited to be here with you, but also remember too that we have an amazing program coming up tomorrow with the Exploratorium. This is of course a pre-recorded event, one that was recorded actually in 2021, February 26th of 2021. It's so it was interesting looking back this week and looking back at some of those, what has changed story time, and also just what has changed over time. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you've been able to gather all that material. And today we'll put up another post with all the material that is required on our Instagram. So if you can, please do check it out. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and glad that we're here together. Yes, a beautiful book to look forward to, The Secret Life of Bugs and Other Little Critters. And this one is coming to us from TWIRL Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. It is written by EMMANUELLE Figueras and illustrations by Alexander Vidal. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope that you are ready for this one. Beautiful book, laser cats in there and everything. And I hope I hope that the camera will do it justice. I'll try and show you some of those in here. And I think just to start, you can see from there too that we have this amazing, look at how intricate that one is. Can you see? There, right? So much. And we'll be able to get into all of that in a little bit. But thank you so much for being here with us on Story Time. Absolutely appreciate you. And this week we've been looking at, just books that explore the wonders of nature, and just so many natural phenomena that are here that we've been able to look at so far, whether it was looking at shells or looking at the amazing wolves and how they lead the wolf pack. And of course, we looked at a river of dust yesterday, talking about the Sahel dust that goes all the way to the Americas, all the way to South and Central America from and I think it also reached the southeastern part of the US just a few years ago. So yeah, just amazing, and to see what it carries and what it brings to this other land, this other continent. So thank you so much for joining in. And today we explore more The Secret Life of Bugs. I am excited for that one. So please remember too that, like I mentioned, on Friday, which is tomorrow, we'll have story time plus tinkering with featuring the team from the tinkering studio at the Exploratorium Museum out here in San Francisco. And so just gather that material, collect some tools that you will need, scissors, things that will help you cut. Maybe bring your art box. I think that might help if you have one. Gather objects to explore, spoons, pencils, buttons, magnets, whatever you have that you can bring. And then also, like just collect some connectors, wires, paper clips, tape, that sort of thing, and just gather those, and all this information will be up as well. And then you will need a strong base as well, something to start you off. And as you can see, there's different examples in there, anything that works. And then of course the book that will be covered is Balance the Birds, so be sure to check that one out. And I promise you it'll be a lot of fun if you've not seen it yet. And as we mentioned, story time will be pre-recorded beginning tomorrow all the way through August 11th. Will be same times as usual, 7 and 11 a.m. Pacific time, but we'll be back live on August 14th. So please keep enjoying, keep sending in those recommendations. We will definitely be compiling and then try and get permission so we can have them here on Storytime. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I will definitely miss being live with you. But I will definitely, if I have an opportunity, I'll be logging in as well, and probably be able to type in a comment and say hello to all of you as well. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Please get ready, as we'll be reading today, The Secret Life of Bugs and Other Critters. And this one is by EMMANUELLE Figueras and illustrations by Alexander Vidal. And of course, we're reading this one with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And this one is published by TWIRL Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books. Thank you so much for joining in today. And excited to share this one too. So get ready, get cozy, get comfortable before we get started with our story. And then, of course, let us see who is with us ready for this wonderful book. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you, Ari, and of course, Megan. And just talking about that as well, Ari did come here to Storytime and read to us his amazing book, and that will be coming back as well. I actually have it. That will be coming back. So if you missed it the first time Ari was here, well, you have another opportunity. Let me see if I can just see where I put that one. Yes, that'll be Thursday, July 27th. Ari will be back here on Storytime. We'll be replaying Ari's visit to Storytime. So if you missed it, catch us then. Thank you so much for joining in one more time out there in Kentucky. Ari and Megan, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Amanda West, good morning to you. And of course, Sarah and Nathan, hugs to you out there in cloudy and humid Illinois. Muggy weather for us, but perfect weather for bugs. Yes. Spot on right there. Thank you so much for joining in, and love the outlook. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. And how was camp, and was it zoo themed you mentioned, or was it I remember something being related to animal theme. So I hope that went well, and I hope that you have plenty more to share with us. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Sarah and Nathan out in cloudy and humid Illinois today. Good morning to you one more time. How are you doing? Always good to see you here with us on Storytime. Luna and Grandma Kathy, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Please get ready, get cozy, get comfortable as we're about to start our story today. Join me on the other side of this short break when we're back for more Storytime. Thank you indeed for being here with us. And I appreciate you all.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Lamata. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including If You Look Up to the Sky, Show the World, and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, all of which you can hear Mr. Lamata read right here on Storytime with Mr. Lamata. I hope you continue to enjoy today's story, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.
Thank you indeed. Welcome back. Thank you, Angela Dalton, of course, author of many wonderful books, including Show the World and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, and of course, her latest, To Boldly Go. So do check out all those on the Storytime platforms, and remember too to ask for them at your local library. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Today, we fly away Or maybe we creep away, or so many different things as we get to look at all these different bugs in here. The Secret Life of Bugs and Other Little Critters. This one is written by Emmanuel Figueras and illustrations by Alexander Vidal. And we're reading this one with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. It is published by TWIRL Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in. Take a closer look. The magic begins. Whoa. Hello. I just love these laser cats. Look at that. Look at that. That's just so pretty. Look. Ah, yes. The Secret Life of Bugs and Other Little Critters. Written by Emmanuel Figueras. Illustrations by Alexander Vidal. Published by 12 Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Bzzz. Did you hear that? What's that? It's a beautiful spring morning, and worker bees are busy collecting nectar and pollen for their hive. They fly from flower to suck up nectar, which is stored in their honey stomachs. I want a honey stomach. What I can tap into every day, all the time. It's a beautiful spring morning, and worker honeybees are busy collecting nectar and pollen for their hive. They fly from flower to suck up nectar, which is stored in their honey stomachs. Oh, can you see this hive here? Look at that. Can you see that? How cool is that? I know. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, I love this so much. There's so much happening in the hive. The large queen honeybee is laying eggs, which will hatch into larvae and then become bees. All around her, worker bees are building honeycombs to hold the eggs and to store nectar, which will be turned into honey. Nurse bees feed pollen and honey to the larvae. Guard bees protect the hive. If a hornet, bumblebee, or any other creature tries to get in, the guard bees sting them. The scent of the sting's venom warns all the bees in the hive about the intruder. Wow, isn't that cool? The wasp spider works hard to weave its web between the branches of a bush. It makes spider silk in a special organ called a spinneret. Some of the silk released from its abdomen is sticky, and the spider knows how to tiptoe around its web to keep away from the sticky parts. Look at that. And look at that, how intricate that is. You see that? Yeah. So if you get a copy of this book, very careful. Some parts are very delicate. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. That is beautiful. When the web is finished, the spider sits and waits for prey to be caught. A wasp has gotten away, but soon enough, a cricket is stuck in the well-made trap. Wow. The spider can't see very well, but it can feel its web move as it creeps over to its prey. The spider can't see very well, but it can feel its web move. As it creeps over to this prey, the spider injects the cricket with venom, keeping it from moving, then wraps it in silk. The spider will feast on the cricket later. Meanwhile, it keeps a watchful eye on the bird on a nearby branch. It does not want to be the bird's meal. Oh, you have to be alert out in nature, right? Yeah. Sure, I'm not skipping pages here. A female common yellow swallowtail butterfly has laid a tiny egg on a twig. A week later, a caterpillar hatches out of the egg, and it's hungry. It eats up the egg case as well as the nearby leaves. Oh my. It keeps eating and grows fast. About 10 days later, a full-grown butterfly comes out of the chrysalis. A few weeks later, it releases a thread of silk to attach itself to the stem of the plant. Then, after shedding its skin one last time, it forms... I read that backwards. I am so sorry. I said it with this part. It forms, well, a chrysalis around itself. About 10 days later, a full-grown butterfly comes out of the chrysalis. There we go. Balance is restored. Excuse me. And again, look at the cuts in this one. I don't know if you can see them, but right there, can you see my arm behind here? Like all these intricate cuts on it. Yeah, like this whole page. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. That's so cool. Ready to fly, the swallowtail flaps its wings a few times before letting the wind carry it into the air. The butterfly glides like a kite, then stops to gather food. Fleeting from flower to flower, it uses a long, thin tube called a proboscis to suck up the nectar, its favorite food. Ah, yum, yum, yum. What's your favorite food? Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Who's next? Well, on the forest floor, ants gather materials for their home. Each ant carries a twig or pine needle between its jaws. Can you see them? Look at them go. Wow. Yes, each ant carries a twig or pine needle between its jaws. On the forest floor, ants gather materials for their home. And again, we want to get into this anthill. You can see there's all the different tunnels in there. Look at that. Can you see? Look at all that. I don't know if you can see me back there. Wow, right? Like so many little tunnels that have been cut out here. Thousands of ants live in an anthill. Inside are many tunnels that lead to different rooms for eating, resting, or taking care of babies. Soldier ants keep watch over the entrances. Wow. Look at all those tunnels. It's like all different rooms, all the different spaces in our homes, right? Besides soldier ants, there are workers, builders, and nurses. They work all day around a single large queen ant who is the only one who lays eggs. Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. I love the organization. What beautiful colors! The wings of the damselflies sparkle in the sun. Damselflies live close to ponds, pools, and other bodies of water. They feed on flies, mosquitoes, and beetles. You see them? There they are. And look at that. More die cuts there. Can you see those? Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Male damselflies have blue wings, while female damselflies have golden wings. When they are resting, damselflies hold their wings upright above their bodies. Yeah. Their legs have bristly hairs that are used to perch on plants or capture prey. Wow. Isn't nature amazing? Yeah. What else? Who else do we have in here? The birds and lizard are looking for bugs to eat. They don't seem to notice the twig-like creatures on the plant stems are stick insects, which stay very still to avoid being spotted. Can you spot stick insects? Can you? Took me a while to find them. They are well camouflaged in there, well hidden. Well, one of them is right here. I don't know if you can see it. It comes down here, right there. But yeah, pretty well hidden. There we go. Maybe that will help. The birds and lizard are looking for bugs to eat. They don't seem to notice that the twig-like creatures on the plant stems are stick insects, which stay very still to avoid being spotted. And there's a few of them in there too. And again, we have beautiful, beautiful laser cuts in there. Can you see that? Look at that. Yeah. So intricate. Aww. When night falls, the birds and lizard go away, and the stick insects become more active. They move carefully, nibbling on plants and leaves. When they sense danger, the stick insects stretch out their front legs and freeze. Their sticky back feet allow them to hold this position for a long time. The insects can even fall to the ground and play dead. How about that? How about that for a defense mechanism? I love it. When night falls, the birds and lizards are gone, and the stick insects become more active. They move carefully, nibbling on plants and leaves. When they sense danger, the stick insects stretch out their front legs and freeze. The sticky back legs allow them to hold this position for a long time. The insects can even fall to the ground and play dead. And the predators are none the wiser. Oh my. And that is the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed it. I love it. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And you say the bees are on their borage. I'm not familiar with that word actually. Come to think of it. Ari, Megan, help me out. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And yeah, looking forward to learning more about that word in a second. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And I'll catch you on the other side of this short break.
Hello, I'm Brianna Carzu, the author and illustrator of Lou, and you're watching Storytime with Mr. Lamada.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you, Brianna Kazoo. And of course, congratulations too on your brand new book, Green Light, which is coming out very soon, if not out already. But of course, too excited to have you here and of course, read Lou. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. This has been Storytime for today. I am excited, glad we're here together. The Secret Life of Bugs and Other Little Critters. And this one is written by Emmanuelle Figueras and illustrations by Alexander Vidal. And we were reading this one with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. This book is published by TWIRL Books, an imprint of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed all the beautiful cuts in here and of course the beautiful stories in here too that are all the wonders of nature indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Glad we were here together to enjoy that wonderful, wonderful book. And this, has been our live week. This is where our live week ends today. It's just been wonderful being here with you, and I hope that you've enjoyed every story that we've read together. A shell is cozy. They lead the wolf pack. A river of dust, and of course today, The Secret Life of Bugs and Other Little Critters. Please do not forget that tomorrow Storytime is still here, pre-recorded of course, but you'll be able to enjoy Balance the Birds, and of course you'll be in the company of the amazing team from the Exploratorium Museum in San Francisco. They'll be here and they will be doing activities with us, and yes, we'll be exploring, tinkering and creating together. So join in and of course enjoy the book as well, Balance the Birds. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and just a few things to gather as well, and this will be on the Storytime platforms too. Just gather your materials, bring your tools, collect some connectors that you need, tape, wine cork, all that kind of thing that you can bring, wire, soft wire, hopefully, or even could be hard wire, depending on what you're trying to do. So get those connectors that you need and you see exactly what we'll be doing. And of course, you will need a base. And once you're talked through it by the Exploratorium team, you will know exactly what to do. So thank you so much for joining in Storytime, and I hope that you enjoy tomorrow exploring, and hopefully I'll be able to join in as well. Thank you so much for joining in. And yes, just a reminder that we're away. We'll only be back live shows on August 14th. But please do look out. There'll be lots of pictures, lots of books that will be shared along the way, and of course, lots of different things. But in the meantime, please enjoy all the amazing stories that we have prepared for you in that time that you can get to enjoy, even though we won't be here live. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And remember, too, you can always find Storytime at your convenience at storytimewithmrlamada.com. Thank you so much for being here, friends. Absolutely appreciate you. And yes, keep on sending all those beautiful messages. We love it. Thank you so much. I will miss you all too. For sure. Yeah, that's what I was saying, like today is kind of bittersweet. And it's like, yes, it's good to have some rest and also just enjoy seeing what's out there, but also just thinking of all of you. I'm definitely carrying you with me wherever I go. So thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. Have an incredible summer break. We look forward to hearing about your adventures when you return. Well, thank you indeed. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm excited and cannot wait to share what I see out there. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your summer too, and I hope too that you get to enjoy all the amazing programming that we still put out for all of you. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Yes, tomorrow will be pre-recorded until August 11th. And then we're back live on August 14th. So let me just put that up again so we're there. Yes. So July 14th, which is tomorrow, all the way through August 11th, will be pre-recorded, and we've amazing lineup all coming up on the Storytime platforms later today. And then, of course, we're back live on August 14th, and we have a guest on that day too. So we're back with a bang when we come back on the 14th. We're here, and we also have a comic writer who will be here with us, a comic author, and I love their work, and I cannot wait for all of you to meet them and see their work. You may know them already, you may not, but I'm excited to introduce them to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining in, friends. I absolutely appreciate you all. One more time, let us see who was with us and just say our thank yous. Thank you so much for being here, Ari, and of course, Megan. Thank you for being here out there in Kentucky. I appreciate you. Love you so much. Thank you for being here with us. And of course, good morning to you one more time, Sarah and Nathan. Thank you so much for joining us out there in cloudy and humid Illinois. Perfect weather for bugs out there where you are. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, Amanda West, thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Luna, and of course, Kathy, thank you for joining in Storytime. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of the day out there in Ohio. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Thank you to everybody that's joining in now, of course, and thank you too to everybody that will be joining in later for the recordings. We see you. Thank you for the messages that you leave for us. And remember too, if you've not done that yet, please just leave us a message. Let us know you were there so we can say hi to you and just appreciate you as well. Thank you. Thank you indeed for being here. Please keep sending recommendations. Please keep reading, keep enjoying. And yeah, this was our book for today, The Secret Life of Bugs and Other Little Critters. If you get this from the library, I am sure you will enjoy it. And also, yeah, maybe a little more care than a regular book. Thank you so much for being here with us, friends. I will miss you all, but I will see you back on 14th August, back and better, and of course back with a bang with our guest on that day. I cannot say their name yet because we're still in the process of making sure everything works, but the date has been picked. They will be here August 14th. Much love from me. Oh, I will miss you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful day. See you on 14th August. But I will definitely see you in the comments. I should be able to catch some of the recordings depending on how my trip is going and where I am at the time. But of course, looking forward to seeing you all very soon. Much love from me. And of course, I will keep looking at socials and everything and still keep tuned in. So have yourselves a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. This has been our book. This has been a wonderful week of story time, and I will see you again August 14th. Enjoy everything that is lined up in the meantime. Much love from me. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, it brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start our reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of your stories, some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Ooh. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be